In the past few seasons, the Texas Rangers bullpen has been a wild ride of ups and downs, nearly derailing their playoff hopes in 2023. With arms that shone brightly one night, only to falter the next, the unpredictability of their performance added an extra layer of tension to every game. As the season unfolded, the bullpen's erratic nature posed a formidable challenge, testing players' resolves and supporters' faith alike. Amidst this whirlwind of uncertainty, each game became a gamble, with the bullpen's performance serving as a deciding factor in the team's fate. Join us as we take a closer look at the Texas Rangers bullpen, analyzing what they lacked in previous years and how 2024 is shaping up thus far. Throughout the previous seasons, the Rangers pitching staff battled inconsistency despite the stellar efforts of some key relievers. Late-game leads slipped away, and tight situations often turned into nail-biters. This inconsistency placed immense pressure on the offense to carry the team, resulting in close calls and missed opportunities. With a 5.03 ERA, the seventh worst in baseball, the Rangers struggled to find stability on the mound. The bullpen, in particular, faced significant challenges, allowing the second most home runs per 9 innings in the majors. Their performance in save situations was especially troublesome, as they blew 33 saves and converted less than half of their opportunities, with a dismal save rate of 47.6%. This marked not only the worst in the league, but also the worst ever by a playoff-bound team. The consequences of this inconsistency became painfully evident in Game 5 of the ALCS at Globe Life Field. Despite their earlier strong performances, the Texas bullpen finally faltered in the postseason. A critical error allowed Astros second baseman Jose Altuve to capitalize, hitting a 3-run home run off Texas closer Jose Leclerc. This pivotal moment sealed a 5-4 Astros victory, the third straight in the series and 8th straight at Globe Life Field, leaving the Rangers facing an uphill battle. Injuries further compounded the Rangers' struggles, disrupting their lineup and impacting their performance. The team persevered through setbacks, including Jacob deGrom's early season-ending elbow injury and Corey Seager's month-long absence due to injury. However, they couldn't avoid the effects of key players being sidelined, ultimately stumbling to a 2-7 record during Seager's second stint on the injured list in late July. Before July, the rotation boasted commendable performances, ranking 11th in ERA and 3.95 and 6th in quality starts. However, the loss of Nathan Eovaldi to a forearm strain marked a significant downturn, as the starters slipped to 24th in ERA with a 5.02 mark. The team faced adversity on multiple fronts, with standout rookie Josh Young sidelined due to a fractured thumb, just as he was making a case for Rookie of the Year honors. Even starting catcher Jonah Heim, who earned his first All-Star nod, fell victim to the injury bug, landing on the injured list with a wrist problem right before the trade deadline. Although he eventually returned to the lineup, his performance initially struggled, hitting just .167 in his first 22 games back. But then the playoffs arrived. Powered by a trio of leverage arms in Spores, Jose Leclerc, and Aroldis Chapman, along with a cadre of starters pitching in relief roles, the team's regular season weaknesses transformed into postseason strengths. Leclerc sealed 4 playoff victories and posted a 3.29 ERA in 13 appearances. Chapman boasted a 2.25 mark, while Spores proved nearly untouchable, with a postseason ERA of 0.75. Together, they accounted for nearly half of the bullpen's playoff innings. Though it wasn't always smooth sailing. Chappie was a little terrifying sometimes, joked starter Andrew Heaney. Their performances were more than sufficient. Reflecting on last year's opening day, the Texas Rangers bullpen showcased a mix of challenges and aspirations. From health concerns to underperformance, the lineup faced various hurdles. Notably, Jonathan Hernandez's command struggles led to a stint in AAA, while Taylor Hearn faced designation in July. The addition of veteran Will Smith brought some stability, but overall, the bullpen lacked depth and impact. The eventual trade of Cole Ragans for Aroldis Chapman underscored the team's urgent need for relief support, revealing deficiencies both in the majors and minors. Despite efforts from Anderson, Lance, Rodriguez, Spees, and King, none made significant contributions to the Rangers' postseason aspirations. As the Rangers gear up for the 2024 season, questions arise about the bullpen's ability to perform at the same level as in the previous October. However, there's newfound optimism, stemming from both depth and internal growth. Rest and the intensity of postseason play benefited key relievers like Sproles, who returned from a brief absence just in time for the regular season's end, boasting renewed strength that lasts through the World Series. If there's a reason to be optimistic about the bullpen heading into the Rangers' title defense season, it's this. When the team's best relievers were healthy, they were nails. And they're healthy now. Sproles, now 30, exudes freshness and playoff experience. Likewise, Leclerc, the unsung hero of postseason relief, expresses newfound confidence, declaring, "I feel way better than last year." These two present an intriguing 1-2 punch at the back end of games, but as history dictates, a championship-caliber bullpen demands more than just two reliable arms. That's why there are lockers at Surprise Stadium for Robertson and Yates, who represent solid, if not better upgrades over the likes of Chapman, Smith, and Kennedy. Robertson is 38 and coming off a Jekyll and Hyde season split between the Mets and Marlins. Yates is 36 and only a year removed from missing 3 consecutive years with elbow injuries. At a combined cost of $16 million, they make for a pair of thrifty, although hardly fearsome back-end arms. General Manager Chris Young unveiled a blend of experience and tough decisions for the opening day bullpen, showcasing a mix of seasoned veterans and rising talents. It included right-handed pitcher David Robertson, RHP Kirby Yates, RHP Josh Sproles, RHP Jose Leclerc, LHP Brock Burke, LHP Jacob Latz, RHP Yerry Rodriguez, and RHP Jose Urena. Among the notable mentions were AAA options, Mark Church and Grant Anderson, who impressed during spring training but narrowly missed the cut. 8 veterans with MLB experience, Danny Duffy, Shane Green, Austin Pruitt, Adrian Sampson, Chasen Shreve, Blake Tyler, and Jesus Tinoco, each chose to continue with the Rangers in Round Rock after camp broke. Young said the club will assemble as many new faces, including non-roster invitees, to help build up the bullpen depth with a healthy competition to fill out the roster spots. The Texas Rangers had a clear strategy when they inked Robertson and Yates to major league deals during the winter and filled their surprise Arizona clubhouse with seasoned veterans. Their aim? Depth and versatility. They craved options and thrived on competition. Chris Young dubbed this camp as the most fiercely competitive he'd ever witnessed, and as it concluded, Texas emerged with a newfound strength they lacked in the previous season. We're going to take the 13 best of our pitching staff. I think it's a really important aspect in terms of building out our entire pitching staff, Young asserted. With the inclusion of Sproles, Leclerc, Rodriguez, and Latz, alongside newcomers Robertson and Yates, the Rangers' bullpen options are stronger than ever. These signings stand out as the most impactful acquisitions in an off-season, somewhat subdued by lingering uncertainties surrounding broadcast rights. Coming off Tommy John surgery, Yates enjoyed a successful 2023 with Atlanta, pitching to a 3.28 ERA and striking out nearly a third of the batters he faced, although he struggled with walks. While a complete return to his dominant 2019 form with the Padres, where he led the league with 41 saves, may be uncertain, his splitter remains a formidable weapon, and his command should only improve with further recovery from surgery. Robertson, on the other hand, has been the picture of consistency. With a career 2.9 ERA in nearly 800 appearances and a 2.72 ERA over the past 2 seasons, his track record speaks for itself. Despite a rough patch following a mid-season trade to the Marlins last year, the Rangers placed their faith in his cut fastball and proven performance. Rodriguez endured a challenging season in 2023, posting a staggering 7.9 ERA in just 13 and 2/3 innings, pitched with the Rangers. While his fastball showcased impressive velocity, his command remained a concern, evidenced by opponents hitting .364 on his fastball and .444 on his slider. Nearly half of the balls put into play against him were classified as hard hits. However, this spring saw a notable improvement in Rodriguez's control while maintaining his velocity. His dominance in certain moments prompted praise from the Rangers manager Bruce Bochy, who went as far as to suggest that few players in camp had bolstered their stock as impressively as Rodriguez had from the previous season. It was sufficient for the 26-year-old to secure a roster spot, a feat acknowledged by Chris Young, who even suggested that Rodriguez might have been the standout pitcher throughout spring training. Latz, meanwhile, brought a distinctive left-handed flair to the Rangers. He maintained a flawless record, not conceding a single earned run over 6 1/3 innings pitched in the latter half of the previous season, a performance he carried into spring training. His spring ERA stood at 2.45 over 7 and 1/3 innings, striking out 5 batters in the process. Additionally, Mark Church and Antoine Kelly present the Rangers with a formidable duo of high-velocity arms, both poised to contend for pivotal roles in spring training. Kelly's recent track record is particularly impressive, holding hitters to a meager .514 OPS over his last 32 games across AA Frisco and AAA Round Rock. During this span, he maintained a staggering 0.74 ERA, recording 49 strikeouts against a mere 6 walks. Furthermore, RHP Emiliano Teodo, who turned 23 on the day camp opened, stands out as another potential game-changer for the Rangers. While his focus remains on further development as a starter, Teodo's standout performance in the Arizona Fall League, pitching 11 scoreless innings with 19 strikeouts, underscores his versatility to transition seamlessly into a bullpen role. The collective aim of the team management is to provide manager Bruce Bochy and pitching coach Mike Maddox with a broader array of options, putting an end to the constraints and anxieties experienced during late-game scenarios in 2023. Should unforeseen challenges arise, the Rangers are poised to rely on a time-honored baseball strategy, which is adaptation and improvisation. Expanding the workload of their starting pitchers promises to be a game-changer for the Rangers. By logging more innings, starters can shoulder a greater share of the pitching load, reducing the strain on the bullpen. This increased durability not only provides crucial rest periods for relievers, but also manages the risk of overuse and injury over the grueling course of a season. As of the moment of compiling this video, the Texas Rangers have won 9 games and lost 8, demonstrating their ability to hold their own both at home, with 5 wins and 5 losses, and away, with 4 wins and 3 losses. Reflecting on their performance, March proved to be their best month, with 2 wins out of 3 games, yielding a solid win rate of 66.7%. However, April posed more challenges. They won 7 games, but also lost 7, potentially resulting in a 50% win rate. In tense situations or extra innings, the Rangers remained composed, winning 2 out of 4 nail-biters. Additionally, when pushed into overtime play, they emerged victorious in the 1 extra inning game they faced during the regular season. Right now, they're on a roll with a 3-game winning streak, which is their longest streak this season. So, while the season is still going, the Rangers are showing they've got what it takes to keep up the good work, and maybe even do better. A robust rotation sets a positive tone for the entire team. When starters consistently pitch deep into games, it instills confidence throughout the roster and provides ample opportunity for the offense to seize control. Moreover, it relieves the bullpen of the constant pressure of high-stakes situations, allowing relievers to perform at their peak when called upon. One of the biggest challenges for the Rangers in the first half will be in mid-April when they face the Atlanta Braves at Truist Park. The Rangers did face the Braves last season around the same time, with the Braves winning the series 2-1. This year, once again, the series will be a big test for the Rangers pitching staff to see how the rotation can hold up against a line as deep as the Braves crew, especially with several of their starting pitchers sidelined. How much utility the Rangers have will depend on how competitive they are. They won the title, but unlike recent off-seasons, the Rangers haven't won the winter. The first half of the 2024 season promises to be a tough grind, facing off against 12 series against playoff teams from last year, including a May rematch with Arizona, a World Series showdown. The hope rests on the shoulders of the pitching staff to endure until reinforcements Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer return in the latter half of the season. Reports suggest Scherzer might be back on the mound by June, potentially providing a massive boost amidst the challenging initial stretch. The Rangers' second half of the season will be significantly easier than their first half. 7 of the Rangers' 9 series in August will be against teams who finished with records under .500 last season, including the A's and the White Sox, who finished with records significantly under .500 and have made few to no moves this offseason to get better. The bullpen has been a focal point for the Rangers' offseason efforts. Last season's struggles left fans reaching for their drinks in despair, only to celebrate postseason triumphs. Now, with enhancements in place, the bullpen stands stronger, though opinions on its potency vary. But for the Rangers, the choice is clear. Reflecting on last season brings mixed emotions. The Golden World Series jerseys, the unfurled championship banner, and the gleaming rings are constant reminders. Nearly missing out on playoffs before clinching the ultimate prize, the memories linger. Yet there's a sense of evolution in Bruce Bochy's bullpen, armed with new strategies and players. What's your take on the Rangers' prospects? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now for more baseball updates. And be sure to like this video if you found it enjoyable. We'll see you next time.